Hey, what's good people, man? Platinum Bearded Dread. Grace Jones said, what did she say? She said, slave to the rhythm, slave to the rhythm. Whose rhythm are you following? Whose rhythm are you in tune with? Is it your own rhythm or someone else's? Now, when I say rhythm, I'm not talking about dancing, yeah? That's for another post, a serious post. But when I say rhythm, I'm talking about, if you look at nature, the nature is in rhythm. And even though it all might seem like, whether we're talking about the rhythm of the seasons, the rhythm of the cycle of a woman, the growth of an embryo, nature in general has its rhythm. You know, the rotation of the earth. And even though it might seem like, you know, they've all got their own rhythm, they're all tuned into one, which makes us able to have the benefits without the world being chaotic. I guess the only people that are really chaotic are human beings. Even animals have their own rhythm that they're in tune to. But whose rhythm are we in tune with? Have you ever noticed that when two people are walking, imagine yourself, and there's usually one person that sets the pace, you know, how fast or how slow, and then the other person naturally just locks in, if you like. One person usually has One person usually has the rhythm which the other one follows. Next time you're walking, check when you're walking with one person, check and see if it's you that you're walking in time with, or they're walking in time with, or whether you're walking in time with someone else. But yeah, back to rhythm. Whose rhythm are we in tune with? Is it someone else's, i.e. your family members, your friends, or God forbid the government, which is more than most people realise, or is it really our own? And how do we even know that? How can we even tell? But ultimately, if you're not in tune with yourself, which is the supreme one that dwells within, the most high one that dwells within, then our life is not going to be as smooth and as peaceful as it should be. Many elements of our life is going to be chaotic, and I'm talking for myself just as much as to other people. And I guess there's many ways that we can get back in tune with our own rhythm. One of them being meditation, you know, sitting in that stillness and watching the thoughts go by, but bringing it back to the center so that you're in the now as much as possible. Another is being around nature, being in nature, you know, appreciating that unlike human beings, nature only has one, how can I put it? It doesn't have free will, if you like. It exists and does its work according to its own rhythm of nature. As human beings, you know, we can rebel, if you like. And sometimes it's good to be around nature to try and tune into that stillness, that simplicity that comes with just doing what your nature is, rather than, you know, picking and choosing in 1 minute, saying I'll do this but I won't do that. So being around nature is a beautiful thing. Being around animals, being around children to a degree when they haven't been tainted by us adults. Prayer, whatever prayer means to you. Fasting is a powerful one. I must say, I'd be lying if I said I love fasting, but I have found that every time I fast, it brings me back to my center. And you're less likely to be pulled by the sway of people around you. Because I think that's one of the hardest things to do, to not be pulled by the gravity of this world, if you like. And then before you realise that you can't even hear that voice within yourself, that is you, that is the voice of your creator. You know, the more we get away from that, the more chaotic life seems to be. And I find fasting, it has a funny way of bringing you back to your center. Because ultimately, I really feel that the most important thing in this world is being centered, being where the supreme being is, to the degree where you could hear him. You know what I mean? And you almost feel that you're self-guided, but you know that there's one guiding you that has your blueprint and knows you better than you know yourself. And the more we're centered, the more we can hear, the less mistakes we make and the less chaotic our lives will be. That's why for me, I ask the question, whose rhythm are we following? As we know, this world is in many ways demonic. And the ones that run the media, the government, everything, all the major institutions, music industry, everything, they've put out a certain rhythm that that the majority of us are in tune with. So they know exactly how we think. They know exactly what steps we're going to take next, because they've already dictated, what comes next. And we don't know. We see it as normal because we've been in, we live and breathe, and we think that the rhythm that we're in tune with is ours, when in reality it's not ours, far from it. And if it's not the government and those that rule this world, then on a more subtle level it might be family members, who are in the same boat as us, who aren't necessarily in tune themselves. So it's almost like the blind leading the blind. And the only one for sure is the Creator, the one that has our blueprint, that dwelleth at the centre, so to speak. And that's the only way we'll get to know whether or not we're following the true rhythm, the one rhythm. Anyway, like I said, next time you're walking with someone, just subconsciously check and look at whose rhythm are you following. Your rhythm, are they following your rhythm? Or are you following their rhythm? Or are you in tune with your own rhythm? Platinum Bearded Dread. Oh yeah, don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe or something, and we'll do this again. Platinum Bearded Dread. Yeah, man.